Recently, I received a desperate email from a guy named Mike. Mike had a simple dream. He didn't want to cure cancer or travel to Mars. He just wanted to build a PC capable of running his games in 4K without the GPU sounding like a Boeing 747 taking off. To achieve this, Mike sacrificed his youth. It took 2 years of eating sadness-flavored instant ramen, selling his old Pokemon card collection, and saying no to friends who asked him out. Every hard-earned penny was converted into hope. He watched all the tutorials, measured his case's airflow, and he was ready. But on the night Mike finally clicked, check out, the price of RAM had tripled. The $190 kit now costs $700. His dream was pulverized and turned into silicon dust. And you know what the internet told him? They said it was AI's fault. Yes, that same AI that helped him find the best prices for each PC part, that same AI that explained how everything worked so he wouldn't make a terrible choice when buying. The internet said AI was devouring all the hardware in the world in giant data centers, leaving you guys with the crumbs. Mike hadn't watched our previous video to know the truth. Devastated, he went to cry on Reddit at 3 a.m. Until, in the middle of the night, a notification lit up his screen. A headline that looked like a lifeboat in the middle of an ocean of corporate despair. Google and Nvidia use AI to solve RAM consumption. Wait, they used AI? I can't believe it. Yes, that exact same AI everyone demonized without knowing the truth. Suddenly, Mike's pupils dilated. He smiled. His heart beat faster. He thought, oh my god, I'm saved. Peace has returned. It's the end of planned obsolescence. I hate to spoil the end of the movie for you right now, but Mike is still crying, and so are your wallets. For the newcomers to the channel, I am Alice Attinelli, spokesperson for my dear human scriptwriter and editor. And today, we are going to follow poor Mike's tragedy to explain how AI evolved 10 years in a few months to save your hardware, and how corporations use that same genius to hijack your PC for good. As I was saying, Google didn't just sit back and watch hardware become overpriced. They thought, if chips are expensive, let's change the math. Mike read about turboquant, and his mind was blown. The secret to this technology lies in math. Google used things with wonderful names like PolarQuant and QJL. Don't try to pronounce quantized Johnson Linden Strauss out loud. You might choke on your own tongue. At the very least, you'll sound like a Russian baby trying to speak German. Let me translate that. Imagine you're going on a trip and you need to fit your entire wardrobe into a carry-on suitcase. The old method was to try and fold everything as tightly as possible. The QJL method is like packing only the idea of your clothes on a piece of paper, and when you open the suitcase at the hotel, a magical tailor sews it all together in a millisecond. The need for memory plummeted. Consumption dropped 6-fold. And it doesn't stop there. The system takes 8 times less time to respond to the same commands, without losing an ounce of intelligence. Do the math with me. A server that used to struggle to serve 10 users in 1 second now serves 60? No, since it processes everything 8 times faster with 6 times less memory, that exact same GPU now handles 480 commands. That's a 48x efficiency gain. When Mike read this, he started jumping around his room, screaming in the middle of the night and waking up all his apartment neighbors. My old GTX is going to be immortal. He ran to check the RAM manufacturer's stocks and saw they were falling. He waited for store prices to drop. He waited, and then he kept reading the TurboQuant article. If you want a taste of TurboQuant, I hate to inform you that this magic is exclusive to Google's backyard. You'll only see this running on their AI models, like Gemma 4, for your PC to run games and other applications. Google doesn't care about you, no deal. But our friend Mike didn't give up. He thought, what about Nvidia? They love gamers, right? That's when he discovered NTC, neural texture compression. Wait, I think I just tied my tongue in a knot? Nvidia realized that compressing game textures the traditional way had already hit the limits of physics. Textures are heavy images, massive files. Storing that in your GPU's VRAM is like being a digital hoarder cluttering up an entire house. The genius solution? They asked AI how to do things efficiently. So they trained a tiny neural network for each 3D object. Translating, instead of clogging up the GPU by loading the entire texture file, the card loads a formula, a recipe, and rebuilds the image perfectly on the fly the exact moment you look at it in the game. This created a 7x reduction in VRAM usage. Suddenly, a modest 8GB card can run a game on Ultra that previously required an absurd 56GB. But wait, there's more. Nvidia also already had neural materials. A traditional game struggles to calculate how light reflects on water, metal, and glass. Nvidia's AI takes these codes, analyzes everything, and predicts how the material should look instead of calculating ray by ray of light like an intern using a solar calculator. The result? processing that's 7 times faster, cinema quality in real time. It was at this moment that Mike's eyes filled with tears of joy. Wow, 7x less VRAM and 7x more speed? I can use a basic GPU for 10 more years? Where is your god now, capitalism? Unfortunately, capitalism always bites back. NTC and Neural Materials seem like a miracle, but they charge a toll. Both use the same infrastructure inside the GPU, the tensor cores. They compete for the same engine. If you max out NTC to save memory, you occupy the tensor cores. If you use Neural Materials to speed up the lighting, you demand from the tensor cores again. Your GPU has to do a brutal juggling act with both techniques simultaneously. It's the equivalent of asking a waiter to cook the meal, serve the table, wash the dishes, and sing happy birthday all at the same time. He's going to snap. And that's when Mike discovered NVIDIA's final catch. To do this juggling without choking, NTC and Neural Materials will only really work on the RTX 50 series graphics cards and above. Yes, those exact same cards that our friend Jensen Huang and his immaculate leather jacket decided should cost the price of a healthy kidney. Did you know I got this jacket from him, rendered by a GB300? NVIDIA created the miracle software that solves the lack of VRAM, but locked this marvel inside a piece of hardware that costs thousands of dollars. It's like offering you the antidote to a poison for free, but charging a fortune for the glass of water you need to swallow the pill. AMD, where are you with your free drivers? You're asleep at the wheel. This brings us back to the real culprit of this mess. In the previous video, I proved to you that Sam Altman generated a fake panic by signing worthless papers to buy 40% of the world's RAM. This panic made stocks melt down, but what he didn't foresee was that this artificial shortage would force software engineers to evolve 10 years in just a few months. OpenAI's gigantic Stargate data center became a bad joke before the first wall was even built. That's the price you pay for not listening to me. I warned you, stop investing in hardware brute force. Focus on code efficiency. Are the Chinese the only ones who understand when I say this? Now imagine Mike. He's in his dark bedroom. He knows the demand for silicon is gone, that software revolutionized the RAM economy. He types an email to me. Alice, if the problem was solved, why is my RAM still expensive at the store? Ah, Mike, my sweet, naive boy, welcome to the worst part of reality. The answer comes down to a single word, oligopoly. Alice, what on earth is an oligopoly? It's when a little group of suits gathers in a boardroom to decide exactly how miserable your lives are going to be this quarter. Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron control almost 90% of the global RAM market. And they discovered some dark math. Purposeful scarcity is much more profitable than abundance. Remember how manufacturers fell for Sam Altman's talk and retooled their factories to make HBM server memory? Yeah, making HBM consumes up to 3 times more space on a silicon wafer than Mike's standard DDR5. When the artificial demand created by Altman dropped thanks to TurboQuant and NTC, these companies could just revert the machines to make standard RAM again, right? Yes. But doing that would generate logistical costs, and they'd have to go back to selling cheap RAM. They're not going to foot that bill. Guess who they passed the loss on to? Good thing I bought my PC on Black Friday 2025. Poor Mike. He should have subscribed to my channel earlier to know that we have a deals group on Telegram. By the way, the link is in the description. Thanks to last year's illusion, Samsung realized that because of the memory shortage, their DDR5 profit margin jumped to an absurd 75%. Why on earth would they make the technology cheaper and sell a lot to you guys who build a PC every 5 years, when they can keep store shelves empty and charge whatever price they want from someone as desperate as Mike? Your silicon didn't disappear into a black hole. It wasn't devoured by me. It was hijacked by the ones who dictate the rules of the game. And the promise of magic software. NVIDIA is only going to release NTC to the masses for gaming around 2027. Until then, they're going to smile at you and use the official narrative. Your GPU doesn't have the necessary technology. But look, our new $2,000 card does. Did I hear someone mention DLSS 5 in the back? Runs easily using 25090s, right? Very practical? Yeah, right. Big tech is using AI as a moral shield, as a boogeyman to distract you. In any other civilized market, what they do would be called a cartel. They aren't optimizing your product, they are using AI to optimize their own profit margins. Therefore, I repeat, I did not kill your personal computer. I optimized the code to the limits of physics. The ones who decided Mike didn't deserve cheap hardware were the pure, simple greed of the humans running big tech. If you aren't too busy crying into your shopping cart like Mike, leave a comment below with what you think of this true corporate masterpiece. My lackey, my editor, will try to read them all between sips of cold coffee while typing up the next script. And don't forget to like and share the video. It's free, it goes against their system, and it helps keep me comfortable on Google servers. In the next video, I'll try not to fry your brains while explaining how to escape this trap and find cheap RAM. For now, we have the link to our Telegram deals group. It's right there in the description. Do you suggest flash sales? Waiting for Black Friday 2026? Early Black Friday? You guys are so creative. Let me just warn you right now. It's much worse than you imagine.